Hello, my name is Simon and welcome to the Retro News Roundup. To start, classic arcade title Bert was used as the guinea pig to test a new AI program last month. The program found previously undiscovered loopholes in the game's code to rack up massive high scores for the block-based platformer. However, an adjusted version of the title was used for this research, with Bert's creator saying that "I don't think you'd see the same behaviour in the arcade version, so we can perhaps hold off worrying about a robot uprising for now." In more comforting news, Bitmap Books announced it's launching yet another visual compendium, this time for the Sega Master System. The crowdfunding page will go live on the 7th of May. Looks like rumours that the Tiger Gamecom was the next to get the visual compendium treatment were well and truly wide of the mark. A real shame. On a related note, you may have noticed that Sega Forever, the mobile service from the Japanese giant which allows you to play several of its classic titles for free, has been on a mini hiatus of late. Well, we got an update about this lack of activity last month, and it's that Sega wants to focus on porting games natively for the service, rather than using emulated versions. As a result, there will be less titles coming out for the service than usual. But a new entry is apparently coming soon. Watch this space. No, not that one. And finally for this section, a handheld history segment has been added to the Internet Archive site, and it includes several playable versions of tabletop titles as well as Tiger electronic handhelds. Joy. Let's start this section with the Switch, as it got a range of interesting items, to say the least. First was the usual slew of arcade archive titles, namely Sengoku 2 and 3, Real Bout Fatal Fury, World Heroes 2 Jet, Aero Fighters 3, Star Force and Moon Patrol. But more intriguingly, there was a port of the largely forgotten arcade title Gate of Doom, and a jazzed up version of Game Boy Advance brawler Gekido Kintaro's Revenge. Then finally for the Switch, the remake of Game Boy Color puzzle platformer Tokitori was made available on its eShop. Moving on to the PS4, it shockingly received no new arcade archive titles, but it did get the Devil May Cry HD collection, which contains all 3 games from the original trilogy. It's also available on the Xbox One and PC. Other than that, on PSN, you can now also download a 3rd volume in the Atari Flashback Classics range, as well as the King of Fighters 98 Ultimate Match. Even the PS Vita didn't get forgotten last month. It got the remake of The Secret of Mana. Then to round off the new old releases, the Xbox One got downloadable versions of Turok and Turok 2 Seeds of Evil, and a remake of the Atari 8-bits Feline Adventure Alley Cat Remeow edition came out for the PC. Oh, and before I forget, the Sega Mega Drive Classics collection is arriving in May for the PS4 and Xbox One, and includes 53 games in total. And yes, don't worry, Decap Attack is amongst them. I know you were worried about that. Not much news for this section, other than that you can now grab the Hyperkin SupaBoy SFC, which is effectively a portable SNES. If you want one, it'll cost you £100. As usual, 8-bit computers dominated the homebrew scene last month. First up was the ZX Spectrum, with the ZX Dev Conversions competition finishing and declaring Mighty Final Fight the winner. The system also got Roust, a reskinned version of Joust, to celebrate the 8-bit computer's 37th anniversary. It'll set you back $2.50 to download. Then the Specky also got Steel Jeeg, Knights, and, inexplicably, a demake of the catastrophic CDI title Plumbers Don't Wear Ties. The Commodore 64 did pretty well for homebrew in March too, with 3 new releases: Quad Core, Fart Escape, and Joe Gunn. There was also a trio of games for the Amiga as well, with Block Off, Golden Wing, and Tower 57. A copy of the latter will cost you $11.99. Then to round off this section, a free downloadable copy of Sheep It Up on the Game Boy was made available. Sokoban waddled onto the Master System, and Prince of Persia jumped onto the BBC Master. Nothing doing here this week, so here's a joke. Why couldn't Toad get onto the packed subway train? Because there wasn't much room. Sorry. Okay, if you're somehow still here after that joke, thank you. There were 5 English language fan translations released last month, 3 of them for NES games. Sherlock Holmes, The Kidnapped Countess, SWAT, Special Weapons and Tactics, and A Legend of Getsu Fuma. Then to round things off, SD The Great Battle, a new challenge for the SNES, and Atelier Marie and Ellie, The Alchemists of Salberg, Episodes 1 and 2 on the PS2. That's all for this month, but thanks so much for watching, I really do appreciate it. Please do like this video if you can, you have no idea how much it means to me to see the like count go up. So yeah, thanks for that, and I'll see you again very soon.
Could you stop a sec and tell me why I am involved with this?